All right, obviously a little bit late to the party here. The Kings beat the Lakers 132, 127 in overtime. Thrilling game, but it obviously happened 2 days ago now. That's my bad. I've been busy. I actually recorded this on Sunday. Haven't had a chance to edit it, but now like all the shit I said in the video is like irrelevant now. 'Cause, that's how sports work. It's a fast moving, fast paced world over there in the world of sports. So I kind of got to re-record. I'm going to change up kind of what I was talking about a little bit. The biggest things that changed are like the updates on the Fox injury. In that Lakers game, he dropped 37 points, 8 assists, while at least in like most of the fourth quarter, part of overtime, he did all that on a gimpy leg. So that's pretty impressive. He's looked great so far. Hopefully he doesn't end up missing too much time, but yeah, back to kind of, there's obviously the first game of the season against the Jazz. We looked great, blew out the Jazz. I was really happy with what I saw in that game. And then, we had the home opener against the Warriors. I was actually working that night, so I didn't get to watch a ton of it. I pretty much watched the entire fourth quarter, actually. And, we almost came back. They had me believing there for a second, but that would have been like one of the craziest comebacks in recent memory if they had pulled that out. But I'm not too worried about that loss. Warriors actually look pretty decent this year. Yeah, and then we played the Lakers. Thought we looked pretty good there. The refs tried screwing us on multiple occasions, but the Kings battled through and came out with the win. That's all that matters. So yeah, a few games I'll be talking about here. In the future, hopefully like super super soon, maybe even as soon as this Warriors game tomorrow. I'm gonna try to like get these reaction videos out within like 30 minutes of the game ending. They'll be super quick, kind of like my instant, emotional reactions right after the game. I won't give myself time to overthink things or think things through. This will just be like off rip. What are my thoughts on the game? It'll be like a minute or two every time, and kind of just give that instant reaction so that you guys can hear what I have to say pretty instantaneously. But yeah, that's the hope. I'm still kind of figuring out the format that I want to use for those reactions. But anyway, you've heard enough of me rambling. Let's get into the action. So I'll talk about that Lakers game first. Gritty win, man. Fought through some injuries and terrible officiating. The refs were calling some bullshit all night long. I believe at halftime, Lakers had 23 free throws compared to the Kings 5. And you see that and probably think, well, the Lakers got guys who drive to the hoop a lot, they get physical, they draw fouls, whereas the Kings, they like to shoot a lot of threes. So obviously, the Lakers are going to get to the line more. But no, the Kings actually almost doubled the Lakers' points in the paint in the first half. Kings were getting to the rack, they just weren't getting calls. And I want to kind of go back just for a second. The Kings actually do shoot a ton of threes. I think so far they have like the highest percentage of their shots being threes in the league. That make any sense at all? Probably not. Let me explain it in a different way. 46% of their shots are from beyond 3-point line, which is the highest in the league. It didn't look that way against the Lakers as they were actually attacking the hoop a lot, which I love to see because we have guys who can finish really well. And, obviously, the more you drive to the lane, the more free throws you should get. Didn't really happen this game because, my God, the Lakers are getting that classic home court whistle, even though, we were playing in Sacramento. They had that game 6 whistle. Sorry, Kings fans, had to bring it up. I mean, those refs were so far up LeBron's ass, dude. And I'm not usually one to be like, yo, the refs blew the game. We only lost because of the refs. But, dude, it was pretty fucking terrible. And I just hate watching games where the refs dictate the flow. Because when they call that soft ass D-Lo pump and dump bullshit, it just slows the game down. And it's not a good product. But the Kings overcame it. Sabonis fouled out. Goddamn, bro. I mean, that last foul he got called for, AD literally just walked backwards into him. Barely even made contact. And they call a foul and say, hey, Kings, you fucking little bitch. Try winning without this big motherfucker. Good luck getting any rebounds with LeBron and AD down there. And then in overtime, we started pulling away, and they called Fox for his 6th foul. And honestly, I don't even really remember that. But I remember them calling a bunch of bullshit on him all game long. But he fouls out. They say, good luck beating America's team without your two All NBA players. And Malik Monk said, go fuck yourself while you watch me drop 11 points in overtime and put the city of Sacramento on my back like I do because I'm a fucking dog and that's what I do. A little carried away there, and I completely forgot that Fox actually didn't foul out. I don't know what I was talking about there. He just kind of left the game because his ankle was probably bothering him a lot. Regardless, though, we played overtime without Fox or Sabonis, still won thanks to Malik Monk, and I mean Kevin Herter hit that big shot. We also got like big contributions from other guys, but those are the two that stick out the most. But yeah, great game, man. Teams play fun basketball, even when the refs try ruining the fun by calling every single form of contact a foul. They called Sabonis for a foul because he kept eye contact with the ref for too long. Never seen that before. Fox was amazing. Hopefully the injury's not serious. It does. I mean, he's obviously going to be missing the Warriors game, but hopefully he doesn't miss too many games after that. I'm guessing it's probably going to be like a week or two that he's out. But man, so far he's looking great. He's looking like a damn MVP candidate. Strong game from Sabonis. He's looked good so far this year. Still doesn't really have a mid-range game, but for whatever reason, he's hitting his 1 3-point attempt per game, which I'll take that. I think he's shooting like 40% from three so far this year. But yeah, he should be up there leading the league in rebounds and double doubles again. Love what I've been seeing from Keegan. There's been a few times, where he's been a little too timid, but I mean, Mike Brown is on his ass before I even have time to get upset. I love that man. He's holding his guys accountable, especially Keegan. I need someone to believe in me the way Mike Brown believes in Keegan, man. That's really been cool to see. But yeah, Keegan's looked really solid defensively as well. Love seeing that. I think he's averaging almost like almost two steals a game and over one block a game. If that keeps up, man, like that's going to be huge, especially for his development as a player. He's obviously still sniping from outside, but what I've loved the most so far is Keegan crashing the boards. I mean, the whole team has been doing that pretty well, but I've noticed it with Keegan especially. Just him being more aggressive in general, which is something literally every dude on the Kings or even in the Kings media has talked about. But I think we'll just keep seeing more and more of that. HB obviously had that insane first half against the Jazz. Since then, he's kind of just blended in, I feel like, which is fine, I mean, he's just playing his role, but anytime HB gives you 30, you got to do what you did against the Jazz and win by a lot. But that signing is already looking like one of the best bargains of the offseason. I'm hoping this Lakers game is a step in the right direction for Herter. He struggled early again, but found his stroke when it mattered most. I think he'll be alright long term, and if he keeps making an impact on defense like he did in this game, his starting job should be pretty safe. Now, real quick, I'll kind of just go over the Kings bench. Overall, they've been super solid. And it's crazy that we don't even have Trey Lyles yet. And I do wonder how much that'll eat into Sasha's playing time. But shit, with the way Sasha's playing and how quickly he's adapting, I can't see how Mike would be able to give him less minutes. So I'd assume it's McGee who takes a hit. But he's been solid too. I mean, obviously he gives you good rim protection and he's a threat to catch a lob at any given time. But, at the end of the day, he is still JaVale McGee. Nothing against the guy, but, he's a little bit limited as like a playmaker and even just kind of as a big man down on the block. His bag isn't necessarily insane, although he was making that sky hook look pretty damn sexy. So hopefully we see some more of that. And honestly, anything he gives you offensively, like you'll take. So shit, keep shooting those sky hooks, man. Those look good. I've also been impressed with Chris Duarte so far. I know his numbers aren't superb, but he's making an impact, especially on the defensive side. I think he's going to be a big part of this team moving forward. He's just like a good player. I don't know how else to describe what I'm seeing out there besides he looks good. And he plays pretty well too. Malik is still a dog. Not much else to say there. Davion is still Davion. His shot, I guess, looks better. He just doesn't really shoot a ton. He also just doesn't really do much on offense. And he's getting less and less minutes, which was something I was worried about this year. Because, I mean, if you look at his minutes per game, his rookie year, he averaged like 27. Last year, it's all the way down to 18. And then so far this year, it's only been 13 minutes a game. I bet you he starts tomorrow against the Warriors. But still, man, he's just like, I know he's a great defender, but I don't think he's good enough to like warrant him getting a ton of playing time. And we're starting to see that. Great defender, but we're not seeing the off night that we've all been accustomed to seeing. So hopefully he gets that figured out. I don't like. It's not like it's a simple fix, really. Like it's kind of just his whole game needs improvement. He kind of just has like one speed on offense, which is a really good speed to have. But I mean, you can't just like go hard at the rim every single time. And he doesn't like he's a good finisher, but he doesn't necessarily have a bag like Malik or Fox. But I mean that's hard to compare Davion to those two guys. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's in a trade package by the end of the year. It's just I don't know what his value even is as far as like a trade piece. So he might be a tough guy to move. Really rooting for him because I mean he's just like such a hard worker and he's a dope dude and like he does bring something different to this team that we obviously can use. But I don't know, man. I think the lack of playing time is kind of an indicator that I don't know. Mike Brown just doesn't really believe in him as a big piece for this team moving forward. So, but yeah, I actually want to jump back to Sasha real quick. Love what I'm seeing from him early on. He's a hooper, dude. He's finding ways to impact the game, not just with his shooting, but with his decision making with the ball, and even on defense. Like his defense has looked pretty good. For the most part, he's able to stay in front of his guy, and even when he gets beat, I feel like he's able to recover pretty well. And he's gotten some blocks, he's gotten some steals. Like I don't know, he's kind of just like made his presence felt on defense, which is kind of all you can ask for, especially for a guy who's just supposed to be kind of like a little bit of a microwave coming off the bench, hit some threes, and just like not make a bunch of mistakes. So for him to make an impact on defense, like that's huge. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing so far. And dude, once his shot starts falling, it's over. Sasha and Monk have already developed some chemistry too, which has been fun to watch. And that's only going to get better. And bro, like our second unit is going to be so much fun once Trey Lyles is back. I mean, it already is a lot of fun to watch. It's like it's almost like a whole new team when they sub in. They just bring a different energy. But at the same time, like they still mesh so well with Fox and Domas and the other starters. Really deep team, man. Like I knew that was gonna be one of our strengths going into the year, but like to see it all kind of play out has been really cool. I really love our team, top to bottom. But yeah, 2-1, almost came back on the Warriors too. Fox is out to prove something this year. He looks scary. Teams look good. Thanks for watching. Light the beam.